Is there any new business on the floor that anybody wants to talk about before we
Yes.
close this meeting?
Yes, I would. Okay. So I guess I'm going to start out this real quick with just a quick fun question. Blurt it out. Who is your guys' favorite president?
Obama.
Obama. We got an Obama. Who else?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. We got a Kennedy. Anybody else? Anybody else? My favorite president.
No, honey, I'm sorry, excuse me. Nothing is allowed passed out without it going, without, it's the rule of, I'm sorry, the Robert's Rule of Order.
Okay.
That has to be presented in front of the executive board before any of that can be passed out.
Okay, sounds good.
And depending on what you're ready to say now, it's another issue that whether it should be brought up in front of the executive board before you say it. I'll let you go now, Brandon, okay? I'll let you speak.
Sort of a manual?
Yes, there is, the Robert's Rule of Orders, you can see it, it's
No,
all there.
I'm familiar with Robert's Rules
Okay.
of Order.
Right.
But for the Highland Precinct Committee, because it just seems like every time there's something new that's brought up that,
Well, what is it?
is there some sort of a manual that talks about like the mission and?
Do we have our
vision?
bylaws? That's what you're talking about, am I
Yes,
correct? Is that
yes.
what you're talking about? You know what? I've not seen the bylaws. When I came in as chairman, I've never, I've always just gone by the Robert's Rules of Order. And as far as bylaws, I will check into that. Does anybody know if we ever had bylaws? Some of the people that's been here. I've never, I don't know if they're technical.
I
But this is not me making this up.
No, I understand.
No,
I'm
we're
just saying,
not allowed to pass
you know,
that stuff out without going in front of the executive board.
like, in terms of I guess what I'm saying is as a new member of this committee, it would be good to have some sort of an orientation packet so that,
There is an orientation packet of what's expected of a precinct committee person and their vices. I have that. And I
Okay.
pass that out to everyone. And I'll be more than glad to give you one because I have them.
Right, but that doesn't
That's
include
wonderful.
the specific bylaws. I think, is what
That's
she's
true,
getting
but
at.
as far as she's asking me what,
Okay,
this is.
I would
if you want
love
a
to
packet,
have
what
that.
your job is to be what you are, okay, and to do your job. Now, if you wanted the bylaws, I'm going by the Robert's Rule of Order right
Right.
now.
I understand. I've seen the precinct handbook that covers, that's at the state level.
Yes.
I just meant really more or less concerning this committee.
Our
And
bylaws.
I,
That's what I think you're.
Marcia,
saying.
any
Yes.
organization that
Just
files
so
for
that
organization, they have a
every
copy of the
meeting
bylaws. It's gotta be recorded.
Do we have it?
It's gotta be recorded down at the county.
and I'm not trying to be
They probably
argumentative.
have
I'm just
it.
saying
No,
every
we're
meeting
doing
we've
questions.
had since last June has been a special meeting, and I'm really glad that there are going to be monthly meetings, coming forward. But I just wish. But I'm going to turn the floor back over to Brandon. It would be great to have
And that's
something.
fine,
in
and
writing.
I'll do what I can to see what I can find out about our bylaws, okay? As when I came in as chairman, nothing was handed to
Why don't we
me,
have an
and
agenda?
all I tried to do is run my meeting by the Robert's Rule of Order, and most Democratic organizations do that, okay?
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
you want to know if there's a specific bylaw, I'll be more than glad to check that out for you.
Okay.
Okay, Brandon.
Okay, so we got a little disjointed, but I want to tell you that my favorite president in history is FDR. The reason FDR is my favorite president in history is because he was able to put in ambitious economic policies that got us out of the Depression, and many historians argue that it led to the prosperity of the 1950s. Now, this article that I was going to pass out, it talks about the left versus liberal divide that exists within the party, something that I have seen not just here, but everywhere that I've gone when I've worked throughout the state of Indiana. There are people that form themselves into tribes of the Clinton tribe, the Bernie tribe, etc., so forth. But at the end of the day, we all want to work together. And this article talks about how we could work together to be able to take the people who are leftists in the organization and take the people who are liberals in the organization. For example, if you said Obama or JFK, you're probably more on the liberal side. If you said something like, if you're appreciative of FDR, you're probably more likely to be on the left side. But I'd like to quote from the article. It says, "A productive peace process for the inter-party war would merge the insights of the left and the liberals by advancing a practice that would help defeat the Republican Party while keeping Democratic leaders on their toes. You could call this practice vigorous critical loyalty. Vigorous critical loyalty would work by separating the times for vigorous party loyalty and the times for vigorous internal criticism for the betterment of the party. A Democrat practicing vigorous critical loyalty would, near the general election or a critical vote in Congress, demonstrate vigorous loyalty to the party, mustering support for Democratic candidates or bills without offering criticism. But during a primary campaign and during ordinary legislative time, a vigorous critical loyalist would fight vigorously for their ideals, unafraid of criticizing party leaders, supporting primary challengers, and advancing outside issue campaigns.
Where'd you get your source of information?
This is from Foreign Policy Magazine. This is the shortened version that actually appears in The Guardian, but it's written by Pete Davis. He's a political scientist, and there is also an extended version of this article, which is like 35 pages long and goes into the deep historical aspects of the Democratic Party, and that can be found on foreignpolicy.com, the Foreign Policy Magazine. But anyway, the reason that I'm here to talk about vigorous critical loyalty is because nowhere needs it more than Lake County, Indiana. I just got done reading a book. It was written by Jerry Davidge, and it's about the crooked politics of Northwest Indiana. We cannot continue to lie to ourselves as though Democrats have not been arrested throughout the history of the Democratic Party in Indiana.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you, and I'm sorry for that.
Why?
Because we are a two-party system, and we are a democratic organization, and I do not want to discuss anymore. If you want your own party, you do your own.
I'm not suggesting my own party.
I'm not saying.
No, I hear what he's saying.
You're
It's a
not.
liberal-
No, you're not. No, you're not.
It's about uniting the divide within the Democratic Party so that we can be more
Marcia,
effective.
you told me
which
that
is what
progressives
you've been
weren't
talking
Democrats
about
when
in
I
this
first
And
meeting.
we're not.
And they're not?
No.
Is that what you were going to say?
I will say that, but you know what? That's my.
Is there anybody else in here who identifies as a
How does
progressive?
the Democratic progressives get where they're at? The Democrats, right? You go on the Democratic ticket, am I correct in saying that?
That is
Who
correct.
uses the Democratic finances if it has to?
You know who else is a Democratic progressive that won? Lisa Beck. You
I
know who
know
else?
her.
Chris
I know.
Chung.
Yes, right.
Those are the people.
Point of order, Madam Chairman.
I know, we're not
Yes,
gonna
sir.
discuss this, I'm sorry, this is not about, you believe in what you believe in. and
I believe in helping the party.
That's right.
And if I'm the only one that has to stand alone in this
Then you
room,
will
while
stand-
all of you accept the corruption
Okay,
in this
I'm
party,
asking you to be quiet,
then I
or
will
I'm
do
gonna
it.
ask you to leave. So
Okay.
you've got your choice.
That's fine.
You both can leave, I don't care.
I would like to motion.
This is my organization.
Great. I would like to
And I
motion for
am
Janine to talk. Would anybody second the motion?
I do.
Thank you.
Wait a
Janine,
minute,
you have the
wait a
floor.
minute, Wait a minute, you don't do that.
That's Robert Rules of Order.
No.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
the one who calls on you, you got that?
Okay.
Now what are you doing? You're first, you're second, what is it that you want to do here? What are you asking?
Okay, first of all,
Are you just asking to
here are
talk?
two sides. Yes.
Okay,
I
then we
have
don't
my
need a
figure.
motion for her to talk. That's
Great.
all I'm saying. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, you just were about to
okay.
kick her out, so, but anyway.
Okay, my understanding.
One more remark, you are gone.
Okay,
You
my
got it?
understanding.
One more remark and you are gone.
Okay.
And then you hear me? One more remark out of him and he's gone. You have the
Okay.
floor.
My understanding from what Marcia has said so far in this meeting is simply that the Democrats lost ground in last year's election. We need to gain that ground back. And in order to do that, we need to work together to have more meetings, to have a better social media presence, to figure out what works in terms of getting voters out there. In other words, we need to figure out how to be more effective. And Brandon showed me that article, and the reason that we brought it today is because from discussions that I've heard since I entered this arena last June, at this level and going up to the state, is about the divide within the Democratic Party, between the liberal and the left side. But this article was not, and the left side of the party essentially wants to reform the Democratic Party, not leave it, not be a separate party, so that it is more effective, so that we can combat the Republicans more effectively in this tumultuous time. So the article simply presents an argument that is unbiased and looks at both sides and essentially comes up with this vigorous
critical loyalty.
I said,
Okay.
he's out.
Vigorous-
Will you please
no,
ask for-
vigorous
no, he's out,
critical
you're
loyalty.
out.
I asked him what the term was.
No, I said one more word.
Is this how we would like our meeting run? I will leave.
Yes.
But if you guys think this is good leadership,
Essentially, if you knock me down from day one, and I don't care.
Essentially,
You want it your way or it's a
a
highway.
committee is supposed to be synergy.
It's a two-party system.
It's supposed to be
is
synergy.
nobody here gonna stand up for the wrongness of this?
Okay.
Do you all
It's
really
supposed to be
believe?
synergy, using
Organization.
the best of everybody's
You too.
strengths.
I was democratically elected.
With pleasure.
Yeah, but why?
I was lying.
Hey, you don't get in her face.
She got in his face.
That's right, because he lied.
She got in his face.
That's right, because he lied.
She got in his face.
That's right, because he lied.
She got in his face.
That's right, because he lied. He lied. He told people he's going to get a street fixed and car and curb. And then he put it on there like Wiskowski supported him. You got it.
I got a stop sign put up in that area, and I did it because
I don't
you
care. You are not a leader. You are a troublemaker. You are a
No.
troublemaker. I want you
As
gone.
far as I can tell, he's been the only effective
Good.
person in this whole precinct
Get out of
committee.
my party.
I know he's the only one who was out there knocking on doors.
You think you
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. My God. I have more.
I don't care. I'll never make.
See you all at the next meeting. And shame on all of you.